Hey guys, it's me Kate again. This video will be my March wrap up. So let's get started with the order that I read these books in. I think this correct order, but first things first, I reread Little Lord Fauntleroy. If that's how it's pronounced. Yeah. I gave this 5 out of 5 stars. This is a reread. Last time that I reread this, I was in elementary school, so yeah, it's been a few years. But this is about this little guy who's American, lives with his mom. His dad died before the events of the book, and he finds out that he's actually a grandson of this guy over here, and that he's Lord. So yeah. Oh, this is like, I don't know, 200 pages. Is it 200 pages or less? Technically it's 200 pages, just because the last page that has number is 197. There's a few pages after it, so yeah. The next book that I read, I think this is the correct order, so bear with me, is Dnevnik Pauline P. This is also a reread. This is like a diary of this little girl, Pauline P. In this book, she's 3rd grade. Maybe, let me see. Yeah, she's 3rd grade, because in the second one she's 4th grade. And she's writing a diary, and like in the beginning, the beginning of the month has a little poem that says about how is that month is. For example, for September it says, I'm going to write in a diary. I'm starting in September. The summer break ends, school begins. It doesn't smell like sea anymore. Everything smells new. New teacher, new bag, new diary, new hanging out with my mom. Is the 9th month is like the first one. So basically, and then the chapters are like little stories. Like, for example, without trouble there's no learning, or in the beginning everything is new, and stuff like that. Gave it 5 out of 5 stars. Then the next thing I read was Drugi Dnevnik Pauline P, which is a sequel, and just basically what the title says, second diary of Pauline P. This one that is the same format, like each chapter is a new story connected to that month, but in this one there is no poem. I had this really bad copy, pages are falling out basically. Gave it 5 out of 5 stars, again just random stories about her life. Then I think that I finished these next 2 in the same day, so that's why I'm not going to tell which one was first, because I think they're in the same day, but I'm not sure. Pobuna Pauline P. This is published as a 3rd book, but chronologically it's the last one. Like, because in the one that the first 2 she's 3rd and 4th grade. The one that in this one she's 8th grade. The one published after this one, she's again 4th grade, along with the one after that, and the last one that was published, I don't remember really how old was she, but she's younger than this one. So when I first read this, I read it as the last one, not as a 3rd one. Even though this is 3rd one published, it's the last one that takes place, considering that she's 4 years older than in the one after. So in this one she's 8th grade, like she needs to go to high school, and basically like this one is special because like it's again like a diary, but and basically in this one has random like parts of her mom's old diary, and it's like Paulina in like early to mid 2000s being a teenager, and her mom being teenager in the 80s. Like for example, this one finishes July 2007, and like her mom's, things are falling out, is from 1983. So basically, yeah, gave it 5 out of 5 stars. It's really like, she's 8th grade, she needs to go into high school, like because if you didn't know, in Croatia you choose high school you're going to go, like the few of them, not just one, and in which one you get in, you go to that. I actually, out of my 6 choices that I could, my first choice I didn't get in, but I got in the 2nd and the 3rd, and all the others, but others I didn't want really much. Basically, like the first 3 or 4 choices are your real choice, and then the others are what you're considering, not so much, but they're just on reserve. And I actually got in the 2nd and the 3rd choice, and like basically nešto radim.
Ja si sam popit soka, neće te smeti.
Dobro. And basically I got
Djeteste moje.
and one is the one that I go in, and the other is in Petrinja. I chose this one.
Hoćeš danas tata u šetnju?
Može.
Kad ćemo ići? Ćemo ići sad ili popodne poslije ručka?
Popodne poslije ručka. Ja ko što vidiš, neš radim. My dad asking me questions. And basically I go to this one because I didn't want to ride every day to school. And basically she got in this school. I guess she wanted. I have no idea. I would pause like filming, but this is fun. The next thing that I read, me dropping things, is these efforts. Okay, like I gave it 5 stars. I guess she got, like, as I said, I didn't got into my first choice, but got into the 2nd and the 3rd. Like it was like the battle to the last seconds, basically, because after the certain date you can't change the school, like that you put as your like first choice. And I was really considering this school in Petrinja, but as it consisted of riding every day for at least half an hour to school and back, half an hour in one direction, at least. It was like really, but I chose the one that I go in because we could, in the one that I go now, we could choose if we wanted the third language or having one of the certain science like classes for like in the third and in grades 11 and 12, our junior and senior year in high school, and we chose the language. So yeah, I think that she got in the school she wanted. At least she says that she's gimnazialka, which means she got in the good school. Gimnazia is considered good in Croatia. Don't ask why, I don't even know. Mine is basically insane asylum. Everybody is crazy, teachers and students. The next thing that I read is A Court of Mist and Fury. I really like this. Like, it's a sequel of A Court of Thorns and Roses, and I like that one. Gave it 5 out of 5 stars. I gave 5 out of 5 stars to this one also. And like in the first one, this girl Farah, I don't know how to pronounce her name, but she goes in. She accidentally kills a Fae, and then other Fae come and get her to their part of the world, and basically that one is romance between her and Tamlin, however guy's name is. Let me just say, I had a weird feeling about him, and this book shows why, and that it was good feeling after all. I had this really weird feeling about him. I didn't know if I like him or not. This definitely cemented the do not like category for me for Tamlin. I liked Farah, but Tamlin is, I had this really weird, like, do I like this guy? Do I not like this guy? Recent is definitely more likable than him, to me at least. This is the romance between Farah and the recent. Let me just say what happens in the end, like the last 2 chapters, or yes, last 2. Let me just check if the last 2 are the one people can this 4 can't yes, the last 2 chapters, I was correct. What happened is like basically nuts. Let me just say that. Also, this is my first time reading this book. This is the only thing that book that I haven't reread this month. And then the last thing is Gorski Dnevnik Pauline P, which is sequel to Diaries of Pauline P. This one happens in the 4th grade in her in her school trip, like in the mountain, like the Zagreb, like basically Zagreb is built basically at the bottom of that mountain, like you can see Medvedgrad on the mountain, and like Zagreb underneath. Basically, this is a mountain like going, and Zagreb is like here, and basically goes on like this on the bottom of the mountain. So that's on that mountain. It's not really a mountain, it's like we call it a mountain, but it's not really. I'm including, I haven't finished this. I have like what? See, less than 60 pages left, but I'm going to finish this today, and today is 31st. So, yeah, I am going to give it 5 out of 5 stars, I think. But I haven't finished it, so. But it will be probably 5 out of 5 stars. In just 1 second to say something, after the next month, I'm going to be really close to hitting my goal for the year, which is 37 books, which I basically said. So the number of books is like 10 days per book, and then for the one book it's 6 days, because this is like this year has 366 days. But basically yeah, I'm going to hit it like in May, maybe. We're going to see. But that is it for this video, and I'll see you in the next one.